Hello everybody, in this video I'm going to be recapping everything that happened in the Champions League match day 4, so we're going to be going over all the scores and the games and stuff like that. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to start with the first two games of match day 4, which were Slavia Prague against Arsenal and Napoli against Eintracht Frankfurt. We're going to start with Slavia Prague against Arsenal. Arsenal won this match 3-0. Bukayo Saka scored a penalty, and then in like the first 30 seconds of the second half, Mikel Merino scored, and then he would score a header to make it 3-0 for Arsenal, a pretty comfortable victory. Napoli against Eintracht Frankfurt, this one finished 0-0, not too much happened in this game. Okay, so first our game, Atletico Madrid against Union Saint-Gilloise. Atletico Madrid won this 3-1. Julian Alvarez scored, Conor Gallagher scored, then Rosquez, I don't know how to pronounce that name, scored for Union Saint-Gilloise, and then Marcus Llorente scored in the 96th minute. And then we go to Bodo Glimt against Monaco. Monaco won this game 1-0. Florian Balogun scored in the 82nd minute. Bodo Glimt got a red card. Juventus against Sporting CP. This one was a draw 1-1. Araujo scored in the 12th minute for Sporting, and Vlahovic scored in the 34th minute. And we go Liverpool against Real Madrid. Trent's return to Anfield. Liverpool would win this match 1-0. Alexis McAllister would score the only goal in this match, and yeah, Liverpool win this 1-0. The next game was Olympiacos against PSV. This game finished 1-1. Olympiacos scored a good ball in the first half, and then PSV equalized in the 93rd minute. Next game was PSG against Bayern Munich. This game was one of the bigger games, and the main talking point was about Luis Diaz because he scored in the 4th minute. He scored in the 32nd minute, but then in first half stoppage time, he got a red card for a scissor tackle on Hakimi, which injured Hakimi's ankle. Hopefully Hakimi is okay, that he couldn't put any pressure on it. And then the second half, João Neves scored in the 74th minute to make it to score 2-1. That's how it finished. Bayern won this game 2-1 against PSG. Next game was Tottenham against Copenhagen. Brendan Johnson scored from a tight angle in the 19th minute. Then Wilson Odegaard scored in the 51st minute. Then Brendan Johnson, who scored earlier, got a red card. And then Van der Ven scored one of the best goals I've seen in a while. He won the ball at the edge of his own box, and that Son goal where he won the ball at the edge of the box and then just ran all the way. I think it won the Puskas award or something. And then Polini scored in the 67th minute. Of all the minutes, he scored in the 67th minute. And then Richarlison missed a penalty in the 92nd minute. And that game finished 4-0. That was Tuesday. Now we're going to move on to Wednesday. So day 2 of match day 4. Paphos FC against Villarreal. Paphos actually was an upset. They won this game 1-0. So not many people saw that. Next game, these are the two early games. Gladbach or something against Chelsea. This game finished 2-2. Garnacho and Estavio scored for Chelsea. This was a decent game. Ajax against Galatasaray. Ajax have yet to win. They're bottom of the table, and they lose 3-0 to Galatasaray. Osimhen scored a hat-trick. The next game was one of the best games of match day 4. I think it was the best game, or definitely one of the best games. Club Brugge against Barcelona. So there's this guy who I haven't heard of before, Carlos Forbes. This dude is insane. So in the 6th minute, he's super quick. So in the 6th minute, his teammate played a through ball to him, and because Barcelona have a high line, he was through, and then he played the ball across the box to his teammate and got a 6 assist. Then just literally 2 minutes later, it might have even been 1 minute, Ferran Torres equals it up, who's surprisingly Barcelona's top goal scorer this season. And then on the 17th minute, Carlos Forbes scored again. He was played through again, Barcelona high line again, and then he nice finish, he scored. Then 61st minute, Lamine Yamal did some drilling outside the box, passed it to Fermin Lopez. Fermin Lopez did a clever backheel to him, and then Lamine Yamal finished with the outside of his left foot. So now the game is 2-2 in the 61st minute, and then Carlos Forbes 1v1 did I think he was trying to go for a dink. He didn't quite get the height, but he still scored. So now it's 3-2 Club Rouge. Carlos Forbes has 2 goals and a assist. So now the game is 3-2 in the 63rd minute. And then in the 77th minute, Lamine Yamal got the ball kind of towards the edge of the box, I think. And then he tried to put in a cross, but it came off the head of a Club Rouge player, and it went into the net. So, yeah, it went down as an own goal, but it was completely Lamine Yamal. And the game was back and forth during that time and after that. So, yeah, this was a very good game. The next game was Inter Milan against Kairat Almaty from Kazakhstan. Tara Martinez would score in the 45th minute in the first half. And then Kairat Almaty would actually score. Arad, I think, is their captain, scored in the 55th minute. And then Carlos Augusto scored in the 67th minute. He scored in the 6-7 minute. 67th minute. What's with all these goals in the 67th minute? I really want to say 6-7 again, but I'm not going to, so yeah. Yeah. But anyway, the next match was Manchester City against Borussia Dortmund. Erling Haaland playing against his former team. Phil Foden would score a great goal in the bottom corner, in the far bottom corner from outside of the box. And then Erling Haaland scored in the 29th minute. Then Phil Foden scored in almost exactly same, copy. He basically scored, the same goal that he did in the first half, just second half. And then Waldemar Anton scored for Dortmund in the 72nd minute. At this point, it was 3-1 to Manchester City, and then the 91st minute, Ryan Cherki scored. Next game, Newcastle against Athletic Bilbao. Newcastle, in the 11th minute, they had a free kick, I think, and they played it in, and Dan Burn, somehow he scored a finesse shot header. I don't know how you can do that, but somehow he scored a finesse shot header posting in. It curled, so yeah, I don't know how you can curl a header. And then in the 49th minute, Joelinton scored another header, and Newcastle won this game 2-0. There are only 2 more games left. Both of them finished 1-0. I'm going to put that. Okay, so the first one was Marseille against Atalanta. In the 14th minute, De Ketelaere missed a penalty. It was a great save by the goalie, by the way. And then in the 89th minute, Atalanta scored to win this game 1-0. The other game was Benfica against Bayer Leverkusen. I'm kind of surprised Benfica are doing so bad, but they are. Patrick Schick scored in the 65th minute, and Leverkusen won this game 1-0. So yeah, those were all the games. Let me know if you want to see more recap videos, because they're pretty fun to make, and if you want to see, I'll probably make more, and let me know in the comments if you want to see Premier League recap videos or just Champions League. So if you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. That's going to be pretty much it for the video, so see ya.